Hello everyone and welcome back! In today's video I want to talk about some new modes that will be added to Battlefield 5 in the next weeks and month. Some of them only for a limited time as we know it already, but I think one of them will stay. While I'm talking about the new modes, you will see some Battlefield 1 gameplay in the background. It's from Incursions, the 5v5 standalone competitive mode of Battlefield 1. The mode was very interesting and challenging and also had great potential for tournaments. I played one myself with a girls platoon during last summer, but unfortunately the mode died before the release of Battlefield 5 already and was completely removed by DICE a few weeks ago. I think one of the biggest problems of this mode were the long matchmaking times that took up to 30 minutes sometimes and the really salty player base. Anyways, I don't want to talk about Incursions today, but about the upcoming 5v5 competitive mode for Battlefield 5 and some others. The 5v5 mode will launch in June, so it's not far off, and it looks as if it will have similar rules as Incursions. Please note that the info we have at the moment is data mined and not confirmed by DICE, except for the release in June that was part of the official roadmap already. The data files for the 5v5 mode, however, contain a logic for impaired hearing and sight caused by a flashbang, for example, unique weapon and soldier skins, and a class system different from Battlefield 5. There is a captain mentioned that can revive squad members like a medic, so I think the class system will be similar to Incursions. With different specialists, but there can be only one of a kind per team, and every specialist only has access to 1 or 2 weapons and gadgets. In addition to this, there is a ranking system from bronze to diamond and specific gadgets that are different from Battlefield 5 as well. One gadget called Recon Plane will scout all enemies in the direction the player is facing, so it's like some kind of UAV. Another one, called RMN50, gives the player the opportunity to cook the grenade in the barrel before throwing it to let it explode mid-air. And the last one we know about is called High Altitude Reconnaissance and marks both teams on the minimap. Sounds interesting so far, but I wonder how the matchmaking will be. I mean, usually Battlefield 5 has squads of 4, but in this mode it would need squads of 5. That would also mean it needs a custom matchmaking where people can create own games and squads. Anything else would be pointless, cause with a normal 4-player squad system you would never be able to play with a full team of friends, there would always be a lonely random guy. And custom matchmaking would also be needed to make it a real competitive mode that gives players the opportunity to organize own tournaments. I'm really curious about that 5v5 mode and hope we will get some more info about it soon. Another game mode that was found in the files is called Grand Battlefield, or at least that's its internal name. It's an 8 vs 8 game mode like Squad Conquest, but is played in 3 rounds on one map. The only available map right now is Devastation, or at least a part of it. It seems that every round of the mode is played in different game modes that are already existing in Battlefield 5. These are Domination, Frontline Small, Diffuse and Team Deathmatch. To me, this mode sounds like a smaller version of Grand Operations, but only on one map with 16 instead of 64 players, and combines all small modes of Battlefield 5. Next up is a mode called Squad Conquest Tanks. At least that's its internal name. It is also an 8 vs 8 mode and will most likely launch with the name Tank Superiority. The official description of the mode is: tanks against tanks in all-out war. Hold the majority of the flags and eliminate enemy tanks to win. So it sounds a bit like World of Tanks in a Battlefield version. I'm not that much of a tank driver to be hyped for a mode like this, but I think as a limited time mode it could be quite fun to play. And last but not least we have Outpost, the second mode that will launch in June. According to the files, it consists of 2 phases, recruitment and elimination, and features a time-based shrinking combat zone like Final Stand. In the recruitment phase, both teams build and defend radio towers to receive more reinforcements like artillery strikes or more recruits that I think are additional tickets. The second goal of this phase is to destroy or at least damage the enemy radio towers by planting bombs or using explosives. The elimination phase is basically Team Deathmatch. Eliminate the enemies, stay alive and revive your teammates to secure victory for your team. If this last phase will be with tickets and respawn, or like Final Stand without respawn, is not known yet. All of these modes sound quite interesting and I'm pretty happy that DICE is focusing on more smaller and close combat modes at the moment. Most of them, however, will be only limited time modes, at least for now, except for the 5v5 competitive mode. But as we already know, if the feedback to a mode is very positive, it will come back just like Squad Conquest did. Talking about Squad Conquest, there are also 3 new maps coming soon. Devastation, Fjell and Narvik will be added to the rotation of this 8 vs 8 mode. And we will also get a new custom map rotation called Tank Battles, which is focused on large maps in the modes Conquest and Breakthrough and will come with a shorter respawn time for vehicles. And that's all for now. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumb up and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned. Until then, thanks for watching, I am the Catwoman and you are awesome.